Where did your runway go? It was there, then it was gone. In almost no time, it disappeared like it was never there. Instead, ruts made it more difficult to land than ever. Pilots suffered. Planes suffered. Dust is harmful to people who live, work, and play in the area, and to wildlife in the surrounding habitat. Now you have a choice. Your runway doesn't have to be temporary, and dust control does not have to be temporary. Your gravel runway can perform like a paved surface. Midwest semi-permanent gravel runway technology is the first and only semi-permanent gravel runway, and it's from the leading innovators in soil stabilization and dust control. With a Midwest semi-permanent runway, the service life of your gravel runway can be extended for 7 to 20 years. Cut your life cycle cost in half and eliminate up to 95% of all dust for up to 4 years. After all, what is dust but your runway blowing away?
Semi-permanent gravel runway solution is the only long-term management product from Midwest that will literally revolutionize remote gravel runway preservation and the resulting cost benefits for years to come.
Midwest invented built-in preservation technology to replace ineffective, temporary dust palliative products that require application after application. Midwest products are the first ever approved by Boeing Laboratories made for this purpose. And after 20 years, are still the only long-term gravel runway surface management solution on the market. Over 100 gravel runway operators are already saving money and benefiting from the unique advantages of a Midwest semi-permanent gravel runway. The situations are challenging, but Midwest makes it work. Resurfacing a gravel runway in remote areas where there is limited or no aggregate can be costly. Without adequate road systems, air and water access can be the only way to transport personnel, equipment, supplies, and aggregate. That's why a semi-permanent solution is a must.
It's key to have a solid foundation when you build a runway, much like building a house. You don't want to have spend millions of dollars in building a house and have a weak foundation where you're going to spend lots of money on maintenance. Same with a runway. You want to make sure the base is built properly, your surface gravel is done right, and you apply a product to maintain that surface gravel.
Midwest semi-permanent runway performance is based on science and proven by evidence. A 4-year study by the University of Alaska Fairbanks proves it works. 12 of 21 runways were tested. All used Midwest semi-permanent gravel runway technology. The data shows an average of 93% reduction in dust within only 1 month of the initial application. Even after 3 years of aircraft traffic, an average of 80% dust reduction was achieved. That's without any additional maintenance applications. It all adds up to superior performance, tremendous reduction in maintenance costs, and long-term reliability. Midwest technology locks and preserves the vital fines to the runway surface, reducing potholes, rutting, and aggregate loss. See the uniformity on the left? That's the difference between a semi-permanent solution by Midwest compared to the temporary dust palliative on the right. The pink on the left image indicates consistency and a high stiffness value. The image on the right shows varying and inconsistent stiffness values. The ordinary non-Midwest runway shows little or no surface uniformity for a much shorter runway surface life. The greater the surface stiffness and uniformity, the less weak spots and the less surface variation that could result in damage. That means a Midwest semi-permanent gravel runway system generally extends the life of a runway by up to 25%. Routine traffic and compacting actually enhances the pavement-like surface for ideal landing conditions. Compare that to temporary dust palliatives, which third-party tests show require 3 times more product, yet get only 9 to 16% less effective results. Here's how a Midwest semi-permanent gravel runway will make a difference to you. Preserves the as-constructed state of the runway, increases smoothness and decreases takeoff rolling resistance, creates a surface that performs like a pavement runway, prevents washing away or leaching off the runway, seals against water intrusion and damage. Published articles agree. The Alaska Dispatch News wrote, "In the Yukon River village of Nunamigwa, the product worked so well on the runway that skid marks were visible. It's a spectacular thing to see." Harry Cook, the Alaska Airmen's Association Northern Manager, called a Midwest semi-permanent gravel runway virtually equivalent to a paved surface. Midwest performance is much more than superior products. The application of a Midwest semi-permanent runway surface is critical to enhancing performance and longevity. It's a complete system of chemistry plus application plus expertise. Midwest manufactures specialized application equipment. Then, experienced application specialists customize the process and oversee every aspect. You can even buy or rent the equipment and have Midwest specialists train your on-site personnel. Midwest commitment doesn't stop when the runway is complete. Evaluations and inspections help assess the conditions of customer runways on an ongoing basis. We offer services in periods of 5 years or 10 years or more. These unique technologies have been rigorously tested and certified by the US EPA ETV for environmental soundness and for human and wildlife contact, Boeing Laboratory as non-corrosive to aircraft, and the BNQ for use in Quebec. Again, we ask, where did your runway go? If you continue with temporary methods such as water or low-price dust suppressants, the treatments are only short-term and dust comes back. You get a much higher rate of surface deterioration like water damage, potholes, washboarding, raveling, and aggregate loss, and damage to aircraft. This is unsafe and results in costly foreign object debris, or FOD. Don't settle. With a Midwest semi-permanent gravel runway, you can virtually eliminate dust, extend and preserve the runway life, and reduce maintenance costs. You can start saving money and getting better performance because of Midwest's combination of the most advanced chemistry, customized engineering, and a methodical installation process. Your Midwest semi-permanent gravel runway can perform like a paved surface, and your runway will keep going for years and years.
If you'd like to learn more about Midwest's Gravel Runway Preservation Program, please give me a call. John Burnett, Business Unit Manager for Gravel Runways,